Hi everyone. We're going to get started here, so if everybody could grab their seats, and we'll get started here. Can everybody hear me okay? Microphone is good, excellent. Well, I wanted to welcome everybody to the Topps National Q&A. This is an event that we've been doing at the National for the last several years. I'm proud to say we're one of the only manufacturers that is happy to come out here, meet all of our fans, collectors, and answer questions candidly to all of you guys. I want to introduce my team here. As I mentioned, my name is David Leiner. I'm the Global General Manager for the Sports and Entertainment Division of Topps. Seated here is Dan Kitten. He's our Vice President of Sales and Marketing. Clay Laraski, VP of Global Product Development. And then we have many other Topps employees sitting over here. David Ross, Kevin O'Neill on the hobby sales side, Jason Thaler, General Counsel, Suze on the marketing team. We got Scott Rogowski joining us tonight. Former alumni. Moved on to greener pastures. We have Jeremy, baseball brand manager. Wendy in the back. On the marketing side, our director of marketing. Al Lenar is always here helping out, hobby store owner, customer of ours for forever.
You missed it.
And Brody over there is joining us tonight as well. He's going to be helping out. A big fan, collector, and was here last year. So lots of Topps employees here and other partners joining us. It's an incredible time for the hobby. This is one of the best years we've seen the last several years. The hobby's been growing quite a bit across the board, which is really exciting news. We're seeing all channels firing on all cylinders. So our hobby stores are doing phenomenally well. All of our retail partners, mass, Walmart, Target, have been doing terrific. We've been growing our direct-to-consumer business, lots of exciting properties on Topps.com. What we strive to do all the time is we're trying to bring new collectors into the hobby. As you guys know, this is a terrific hobby. We're all very passionate about it, have been involved in it for varying periods of time. But for the hobby to continue to thrive for years to come, we want to make sure that we continuously are bringing new fans, new collectors into the mix. So we're proud that we're seeing that kind of across the board. A lot of what we're doing has been driven by great products, great marketing, passionate folks like you. We have terrific partners as well, our licensing partners, everybody from WWE and Star Wars, Netflix with Stranger Things, part of our entertainment portfolio. On the sports side, we have various soccer properties, MLS here domestically, Bundesliga, Premier League, and the UEFA Champions League abroad. And then, of course, we can't forget our partners at Major League Baseball and the Players Association. And hopefully you guys all saw that Topps has extended its exclusive relationship with Major League Baseball through 2025. So we're really proud of that and plan to create great products for many years to come. So with that, I'll let Clay speak a little bit to some of what's been going on, what's new on the product front.
Yeah, thanks, David. Thank you. Appreciate it. I went to my first national in 1987. I was chasing that Mark McGwire rookie card, probably like a bunch of you. It was in my hometown, and since that day, I've been hooked. And it's an absolute honor to be able to work with Topps to this day. Been with the company for 18 years. I'm on the product development side. The reason why you see great products from us is because we have a team that is very passionate about what they do. And they all collect, including myself. So we try to look at our products the way you would look at the products, because when you're happy, we're happy. And the reason why Topps has been successful for 80 years is because we've innovated. And we're continuing to innovate year after year. Some of the things that you are seeing from the company, products like Transcendent, which is a high-end baseball product, but the true essence of the product is the experiential piece of it. We want to bring more experiences to consumers, because the biggest thing you can do for the fan is to let that person interact with their hero. So in Transcendent, We had a meet and greet last year with Hank Aaron, and we're not just going to do it in high-end products. We released a product recently called Big League, which is a kids-focused product, and we talked many times here throughout the years about how we need to address kids in the hobby. So hopefully a product like that is a step in the right direction. But in that product, there's also a chance for 3 kids to throw out a first pitch at a Major League Baseball game. So we're bringing the experiences at the lower price points as well. As far as innovation goes, products like Topps Now, and one that we had a lot of discussion about today at the booth is the Topps Living Set. And we're going to continue to innovate, and it's always important for you to know that we plan to bring you products, great products year after year. Products like Bowman, Topps Chrome, and throughout the portfolio. And we never rest on our laurels. We're having a great year, the hobby's having a great year. It doesn't mean we're going to deliver the same thing in 2019. It means people like Jeremy Fullerton, who's a brand manager of products like Allen Ginter, Topps Heritage. He's trying to right now make you a better Allen and Ginter in 2019 that he delivered in 2018, and that was delivered all the way back to 2010. So looking forward to answering some of your questions tonight, and thanks again for giving me the opportunity to be able to entertain you with our products. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Clay. So unlike Clay, this is my second national. I don't know what I'm chasing though. I haven't had a chance to get outside the booth much, but hopefully I'll get around tomorrow and find something cool to pick up. But David said it earlier, you know, we have a passion for the business. We're excited to continue to kind of tout that passion and get more fans, you know, more collectors into the hobby. You know, and Clay and his team do an awesome job of providing us with just the greatest products to promote. You know, and last year we talked a bit about it, but we're going to continue to aggressively promote and market our hobby and market our products. And just to give you a couple highlights of things we're doing this year where we think we're being innovative or we're continuing to drive kind of that message. You know, first is we are excited to coax Mr. David Big Papi Ortiz out of retirement. You know, we secured him as our lead scout. So you may or may not have seen some of the social and the digital advertising where, you know, between getting him to rip packs at home and check out some of our new products and promote them, he's also, you know, keeping an eye on some of the best moments and helping us identify and curate those best moments for Topps Now. You know, on top of that, he's just a big personality and he loves the hobby. You know, it's fun, you know, to be with him on set and see him rip the product and just anecdotally talking about different guys he played with. You know, at times, you know, he talks almost too much, so we have to keep him focused on the cards. On top of that, you know, we've expanded our MLB Network presence, so you may or may not have seen it, but at least once a week we're on the MLB Network promoting the Home Run Challenge cards that are in, you know, Series 1, Series 2, and Ginter. And it's just another way that, you know, we're trying to provide that Topps presence to those baseball fans that we know, you know, could also become passionate collectors like ourselves. Top of that, we're constantly promoting some of the best moments with Topps Now to provide the latest highlights and get people to check them out on our Topps.com website. And lastly, you know, it starts really with the hobby and with the shops. And we continue to aggressively support and drive interest, you know, to the hobby and to those shops with, you know, the Series 1, Series 2, and updates, silver pack promotions we do. We've gotten great feedback that they're of interest and continue to be, you know, a key driver to get people in store and rip and wax. And, you know, the other is baseball card day. You know, so this will be our third year, you know, to celebrate National Baseball Card Day on August 11th. And we're excited because we continue, you know, through really the support of Clay and David to double down on that effort. So we're promoting in all 30 stadiums. You know, we will, coming out of the National, start to be more aggressive with some of our promotion and our advertising online. And really it culminates with the celebration on August 11th in all the hobby shops. And lastly, and I think this is one where there were a few questions last year, and Clay kind of touched on it, about how are we, you know, continuing to kind of drive interest in this awesome hobby with kids. And, you know, one such kid was Brody here, who last year, come here, Brody. So last year he, he got up, asked some great questions, followed up with some great ideas, and I wanted to bring him up here to help me talk about what we think is a fun promotion that we're kind of using to continue to promote this hobby with kids. It's all you, bud.
I'm Brody the Tops Kid. So I have a big announcement for everybody. I need a drum roll. Tops of the class is back. Students can bring their report cards at the end of a marking period to their local hobby shops to receive a free gift courtesy of Tops. I would suggest to get some good grades and pay attention in school.
Everybody, and I guess my question is how are your grades?
Straight A's.
So as Brody said, this is obviously a promotion that predates me, and I know it's been in the hobby for some time, and we've gotten a ton of feedback and asks to bring it back. So with the inspiration here of Mr. Brody, to help us out, we are going to bring it back and support it through the trade. I know we've started to communicate it out to distributors and shops this week. But the idea of the free gift is, a Tops collectible mini binder that they'll get when they, pull grades like Brody's and bring them into their local shop. And ideally hopefully some incremental packs and prizes from the shop itself. So we'll check your grades, October, November, Brody? All right. Well, thank you for the help there, Brody. We're going to turn it over to Alan to kind of warm up the room here.
All right, so there's going to be a Q&A in just a few minutes, as many of you know. And Tops is very candid. I've been coming to a lot of these. They will answer any and all questions. But before we, you did great, Brody. You did great. But before we start that, we're going to have a little bit of fun. Throughout the process, we're going to do some price challenge. We're going to do some trivia time. And before you leave, we're going to play some pack wars with special prizes. Now, for those of you who were here last year, we've done trivia always. But now, we have Scott Rogowski here to absolutely do it correctly. For those that aren't familiar, HQ trivia. Yeah, baby. He's probably 150 million. How many viewers have you had watching?
50. Let's say 50.
50 million at least. So, it's not going to be so easy. And we're going to get the ball rolling real quick. Now, you're going to have to go face-to-face with Scott and get the question right for a prize.
That's right.
The first number is, who's going to play trivia time against Scott?
Trivia time.
It's going to be trivia time, and the number is 520513. Come on up here. Oh, this guy's good at trivia too. All right, well, here we go. First up, right? First up, well, good. Come on up. Wait.
Santa Claus.
Hold on. That's a Santa. Wait. Before you even come up here, we did a Santa Claus card last year.
All right.
I don't have to ask.
Scott, well, you're going to choose an envelope. You're going to play this HQ style, a little different than we've done previous years. Choose an envelope.
Okay.
Scott, no mercy, Scott.
Oh, okay, no mercy.
Scott,
Any help?
no help. No help, eh? No help.
on here.
And the question is, La La Land. No. What was first year Bowman baseball card set? What was the first year the Bowman baseball card set was made? I'm giving you three options: 48, 49, or 50.
48.
48 is correct.
Oh, yeah.
And I know you guys might know too, but keep your answers to yourselves, all right?
Scott, how about we put another
How about we pull another one here? I like that.
Okay, here we go.
It is 520519. Did I not shake that up? Over here, it's someone else. It's someone different.
Here we go. All right, we're not messing around. You know the routine.
Blowout cards. Cards. Jetman 10s, factory sets.
Here we go.
Who am I impersonating? Savage. Don West, come on. Classic.
I'm in awe of the HQ.
Don West, a classic art industry. Let's have a moment of silence for Don West. No, he's still alive.
Here we go.
Who is card number 1 in the iconic 1952 Topps baseball card set? Is it Andy Pafko, Eddie Matthews, or Phil Rizzuto? Number 1. First card of the first official Topps set 52.
You can look out to the audience, not that they're any help.
Pafko. P-A-F-K-O.
Well done. Let's do
That was your answer.
one more.
Very nice. Andy Pafko.
Come on, Scott. Pick a
All
good
right,
one.
shake
Pick
it
a
up,
good
shake
one.
it up,
Shake it up. Pick a
shake
good
it up.
one. No messing around.
Shake it up. Shake it up.
Oh, well done.
520470. 470. 470 are the last 3 digits. 52047. Who got it? Somebody?
They're afraid.
Somebody has to have it,
Nothing wrong
right?
with being afraid. Nothing
All
wrong
right,
with
then I
being
want it.
afraid.
You don't want to win free cool stuff? 470.
470.
47. All right. Should we give it to him?
Nope.
Nope. Nope, says Nars. Nars in charge of our days. 520452. 452. We got a winner. Come on down.
All right, this is the last one, and then we're going to start the Q&A. It's got no mercy on this
Come
one.
on down.
No mercy on this one. Go ahead.
Your name, sir?
Get it. Buck, get it.
Buck, where are you from?
Dallas, Texas.
Buck from Dallas. That's a good Dallas name right there.
Use anyone you want. These are not.
The buck stops here.
Hand it to Scott, the number
There we
one
go.
trivia master of all time.
That's not true. Who is card number 1, Buck? Number 1 in the 1957 and 58 Topps baseball set. So back-to-back years. Ready? Was it Mickey Mantle, Frank Robinson, or Ted Williams? Yes, the splendid Splinter, Ted Williams. You are correct, sir.
Now, later on, now you get this right here. Later on, I have some very
Size extra
special
small. Okay.
Topps trivia Allen and Ginter autograph card from Scott Rogalski. He only signed 5 of them, and he has told me never again, right?
Never again.
He will never sign these again. But now it is time.
And they're all inscribed. They're all inscribed. They say, do not sell this on eBay.
All right, guys, it is now. We're going to do Q&A. For those that don't know, Topps is willing to field any and all questions. So put your hand up. You want me to choose them?
Yes. Why don't you take that mic and choose the questions? We got that.
All right, guys, and we're going to do some breaking the action here and there. We'll get Scott back up there for some trivia. But why don't we start right here?
So last year for your National Baseball Card Day, you guys put stuff out to different stadiums. I was wondering about the feedback because I was fortunate enough to go to Chicago and get served set, but the next day I traveled to Detroit, and Detroit was actually handing out stuff from a year or 2 ago. So I thought if there's any, I've emailed numerous people and I've never heard back anything, so I was wondering what happened there.
Yeah. Well,
Repeat it if you can, Dan.
so I think that the question was baseball card day, the samples by each team. You know, the packs by each team. You got your pack in Chicago, went to Detroit, and they were handing out just the more generic base packs. Yeah?
Actually, it was the year before, I believe.
Okay, some dated packs.
Yeah.
What likely happened is, you know, in support of Baseball Card Day, each stadium provides us an estimate for the gate so that we can, you know, on the day that we're promoting Baseball Card Day, produce the appropriate amount. My guess is they probably went through the initial forecasts and didn't have any left. So they had extra samples that they were providing.
They didn't have any at any of the games.
Okay. Well, we can follow up. You know, each team, we produced, you know, special sets or, you know, specific team cards. But, you know, it's good feedback. We'll take a look and make sure this year that there's something in Detroit.
Is anybody else aware of that situation? Because I know in my area was where teams didn't have National Baseball Card Day sets. Okay, I think it was good most places. Any other questions? How about right here?
First of all, you guys do a great job all the time, and I'm quite a consumer level as to baseball. One of the things that was kind of frustrating this year, and I know nothing's perfect, but the release date on some of the baseball cards, you had like none for 3 months, and then like 5, I'm sorry, like 4 or 5 in the span of like 3 weeks back in July. What happens with these releases? I understand things are out of your control. We had a lot of baseball pack releases within a short period of time, baseball box.
Right.
Repeat it, Clay.
For every release, so the question was, you seem to have, the top seem to have a bunch of releases jumbled up in a short window, and before that there weren't releases for like a month. So the goal for Topps with every product is we're trying to get to 0% redemptions, and that's tough to do. And sometimes when a product is ready to release, we're still at a number that is not acceptable in our eyes. So we have to make a decision. Do we release the product or do we push it out because we're waiting on X amount of players to sign their autographs? And we feel at times for certain products that we should wait, that the date pushed out is better than having a high redemption. So there's your answer.
Wait, can I just follow up with just a quick question on that?
Sure.
Well, what do you note as far as the numbers go? Because I mean, some of these products, I can't remember which June or July. They're mid-range, so they're like 200 plus per box. You can't buy. It's hard to buy 5 of those in a row. And when you want to get a product when it comes out, so you notice, like from a marketing standpoint, is there a change in the?
Yeah, sometimes we'll. So the question is that like, are you looking at the different price ranges of those products when you release them and making sure you don't put out 2 $100 plus products out in the same week? Sometimes we'll purposely push the product out even further if we feel like it's going to line up with another product that has a similar price range. We try not to do that for the most part, but sometimes we'll try and calculate it that way. So, yeah, not a perfect science, but that's what we do. Thanks.
The Bryce Harper X curated set that you've got coming soon and has been on the website for a while, can you give us any type of inclination on what that is, a little more what that is in that video? And then secondly, when is it going to come out? When can I buy it?
Repeat it.
So, gentleman over here asked about the Bryce Harper curated set. We teased it with a video. It's a new product. Again, earlier I was talking about innovation and what the company is doing new to make things fresh. So the concept behind this is we basically gave the reins and the decision-making power of the product to Bryce Harper, and he designed his own product with us. I don't want to give you too much details because it's a surprise, but probably next week. I just saw today he handed in some final edits that he made. He actually wrote all the card backs. We're super excited. We were a little bit nervous that he was going to get traded because he's on the box as a national. But what we're hoping is that everyone enjoys the product, and we're already in discussions with a few other players and possibly celebrities about designing their own trading card sets.
Price point? Can you give me that? Can we know the price point on it?
$20 to $30 for the regular product, and then we have an autographed version. One tease I'll give you is that in the set, Bryce picks his favorite players of all time and his active players, and we also got some of those players to have autographs in there as well. So it's going to be a very special set. It's exclusive to Topps.com. It will be part of the on-demand program. We're looking at the window of how long we want to sell it. Probably for about a month or so it will be available.
Got one right here.
Is there going to be a bun set this year?
There will not be a bun set this year. To address that price point, we're offering the Big League product. And did you get a chance to see that product at all?
Yeah.
All right. We'll come by tomorrow. We'll give you a couple more packs so you can enjoy it some more.
Test it.
Right over here.
Hey, does Topps have any interest or ability to get back into basketball?
So the question was, I guess now that we have microphones out there, everybody heard, but do we have interest or ability to get back into basketball? We're always trying to get into big sports. I would love, and Topps would love to get back into basketball. Panini does have that license for the next several years, so it'll be some time before we can get back into NBA trading cards. But we're always exploring ways to bring basketball players into the fold. In Ginter, we featured some autographs from some up-and-coming NBA rookies for this upcoming season. So we're always trying to find ways to include the talent in the NBA into our products.
We go right here.
This may be above your pay grade, but is Topps looking to sell either the company entirely or to sell off his confectionery arm of the company?
Well, the question is Topps for sale? The Topps Sports and Entertainment division is not for sale. The Topps Confections division, there is a process that we're evaluating on that side of the business. But in terms of what we do on the sports and entertainment side, there is no changes coming.
Okay, right over here.
All right, so my question has to do with we're big WWE fans. So first question, you guys might have kind of answered it already with Undisputed, that being pushed back a couple times. Was that due to redemptions then?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Second question would be, we've noticed that there's a lot of recycled card images on the sets. Any input on that?
I can address that one, Clay. I did that.
That's on Scott. There are less images to select from, but I appreciate the feedback. That's something we'll look at. And since you're asking a WWE question, I'm going to break some news to you. We're going to be producing a transcendent WWE, which will include a meet and greet at WrestleMania next year. So be on the lookout for that. And we'll pick some new images for it too.
Just to keep with the WWE, I've noticed over the past bunch of products that came out, there was a lot more manufactured hits. How come there's that instead of like shirt relics and mat relics?
Yeah, I mean, usually we do the manufactured relics to fill in the hit guarantee. We do use, the mats and some of the uniforms at time, but it's to reach our guarantee. I'm assuming you would want that manufactured versus a base card. So we continue to do that. We're also looking at different types of manufactured pieces, and we'll continue to innovate on that side and look at different materials and technologies in which we can make a medallion or a manufactured piece.
Yeah, I think many collectors probably appreciated the on-card autos and the Volvo Mega boxes this year. I just wonder if there's any plans to do the same thing with Topps Chrome update coming out to get more. I know we had the Judge and the Bellinger, but those were redemptions. I think those were on card from last year. Just getting more on card on those retail products.
Yeah, I mean, we've been striving, and Dave, if you've been in this this meeting the last couple of years, the goal is to try and get as many on-card autographs as possible. The Chrome updates will not be on card just because of the timing of it, and but we will look at that for potentially for doing that for 2019.
Is that going to be a Target again?
It will be, yes.
Over here.
I know it was announced that Juan Soto's first pack-pulled rookie would be in Topps archives. Are there any plans to have any autos of his, either in archives or updates and highlights or any other future products?
I can confirm it for you tomorrow if you come by the booth and look for Jeremy or myself, but I believe he'll have autographs in Topps updates.
Why do redemption cards have expiration dates?
Yeah, where did the question? Oh, back there. Okay, yeah. The question was about why redemption cards have expiration dates. A lot of that has to do with there's only so much space, room, and ability to hold onto those cards for extended periods of time. We just can't indefinitely hold those cards, and that's pretty much it. There's no big science behind it.
How about we do a quick trivia?
Let's go for it.
All right, this time, these are very limited.
Allen and Ginter, Scott Rogalski, autograph card. Top trivia winner. Where's Scott? Scott, pressure's on. Pressure is on. This is a limited edition. He told me he will never sign these again. Is that correct?
And an HQ sticker.
That you will autograph for them.
If you want.
He will autograph the if you want. But Scott, go ahead.
All right. Mixing it up here. For the card, 520419.
419. Oh, we got a little guy. All right.
Nice.
Let's do this. A lot of pressure here. I hope somebody has a top load I can borrow. We can hook this guy up.
Yeah.
With. This is a very
semi-rigid.
All right. Do you know Scott? Do you ever watch him HQ? Okay.
All right. You can sit back down now.
All right. Pick one. All right. Go ahead. Go. Ooh, got the special.
All right.
HQ
Here it is. You got to know the answer to this question to win the card that you don't want. What was the first year Topps created Allen and Ginter baseball? The product that I'm in this year. 2006, 2007, or 2008? Brody!
I don't know that I would listen to everything Brody says. I mean, the answer comes from you, though.
You're the Topps kid, not the top kid, all right?
He goes to 2006. Give him a hand. Well done. Oh, here you go. You want to put that in the penny sleeve?
Yeah.
Go, Scott. Let's do
loader,
one more.
Penny case.
And I think we got another.
All right, last three digits are 400. 400. 400.
400.
Who got it?
Come on up.
Right here.
All right. Allen and Ginter, number to 10.
Number to 10. Number to 5. No, number to 10. All right.
5 earlier. 5.
All right, there you go. There you go, Scott. Go ahead.
Trivia challenge. Topps trivia challenge. Which is the least valuable card from the 1949 Bowman baseball card set? Jackie Robinson, Satchel Paige, or Duke Snyder? Worth the least of those three. Duke, the Duke of Flatbush. It is correct.
Well done.
Good ball player.
Thank you, Scott, so much.
You want a sticker?
All right, guys. Back to Q&A.
No one gets it now.
That'll teach them. All right, Q&A. Who's up? Anything goes. Any questions? Right here. Hold up.
Put that on my fender.
Regarding the on-demand sets, is there a limit to what people can buy on those? I know I've been, especially with the baseball ones lately, they're sold out right away. So I was just kind of curious.
Yeah, there is no limit. Sorry? Yeah, there's a cart limit. Some products, we have a threshold of how many we can make, and we'll have to cap it. And sometimes it happens within, the first 5 hours. But most of the products we can let run. So it's a good problem for us to have, and we're going to try and fix that so we can get bigger volumes.
Yeah, good. Even the low runs, I think are fine. It's just, I don't know if it's dealers buying a lot of them, but this seems like a lot of them.
Yeah.
You see people selling them on eBay where they have, 40 sets they're selling. It's hard to get. So, if you don't get in right away, sometimes you just don't get a chance at it.
Right. How about right over here?
Hi guys, I've been here all week, so if this has been resolved, I apologize in advance, but has there been any release about the Allen and Ginter wood minis for this year's product?
We haven't put out any release about the wood minis. We've been investigating this issue with our manufacturer, and our manufacturer has assured us that those cards were put in collation and should be in the product. Seeing your reaction is similar to mine, that with the amount of product that's open and the rate at which they're supposed to fall, I find it a bit hard to believe as well. We're looking into see if there's a collation issue, and there's 20 cases out there that are loaded with these things. At the end of any job run, there's always waste, extras to meet the guarantees. So we always get a handful of extras. There's some stock that's 0.5% or something we'll take for damages, replacements, all that stuff. At the end of the run, we have what was left. Right. There's supposed to be 350 of them in the product. We have a handful of them, extras. the rest are.
A friend of mine has opened over 30 cases, and I don't think we've got any of them. So.
Yeah, I mean, probably should have gotten 3. Yeah, there should fall about 1 per case, and we've yet to see them. So yeah, that's we're told they're in.
30, not 30. 30.
Oh, 30. 30. Yeah, no, but 30. Yeah, they're about 1 in every 10, 11 cases.
Are they?
Yeah. So we're continuing to dig. We're not taking that for an answer either. I mean, if it was a bad collation, typically we see that spill over into other bad collation issues, and we haven't seen that in the product, so it is very odd. But at the end of the run, we go to the feeders, we pull out the extras, that stuff's sorted and cataloged, and we have a handful of them. So I don't know where the other 340. It's very strange. So we're monitoring. I mean, I come into work every morning and look on eBay to see if anything's been pulled. It's very, very strange. So we're still digging. Our manufacturer's looking, and we're not accepting that as an answer. But it is possible that they get bricked up in a feeder and all got dropped somewhere. We don't see anything coming out in retail. Ginter X is coming out. They shouldn't be in there. We're told they're not. So that's where we sit. So we're watching as well. But it's odd.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi, I'm an avid Bowman collector, and my question is, every year it seems like the same top prospects get put in the set, and I was wondering why there isn't more variety, and like maybe in the Bowman draft, more draft, less top prospect.
So Bowman draft has a lot of guys from the first 3 rounds, but the top players, because they are the top players, just like in the active products with the major leaguers, we want to continue to put those best names in there, like top 100 prospects. If we put in brand new prospects every single product, we'd probably run out of prospects. So it's just a fine balance, but I hear you, and that's good feedback. Maybe we need to look at a little bit more of a diversified subject list and go a little bit deeper, spread it out a little bit. But thank you.
I was wondering about digital product, if there's any plans, I guess you'd say, for expanding that into other apps, since you own the licensing for Garbage Pail Kids, for example, Doctor Who, those type of things that may have a little bit more, not only kid appeal, but international appeal as well.
So you're talking specifically about the apps, which I'll let Dave answer, but one thing that kind of follows up on the question that was asked earlier about our on-demand products, and part of the problem we have is figuring out how much to sell. We are developing an app for our on-demand products, so specifically for Tops Now. That should be coming out within the next year or so, but we're super excited about that, especially with all the different technologies that are in use, and how we can use those in relation to the specific fan that you are, geo-targeting. We can give you offers when you're at stadiums and so forth. So we're building that now, and we're super excited. But
that's
Dave,
really cool. One thing though with the Tops Now that you brought that up.
Yeah.
What about some of the stuff sold out before it's announced too? I'd like to follow up his question. With people buying stuff. At least, I mean, and I know you guys don't know, but is it somebody sitting there refreshing the page every day? Because some of these signatures, nobody knows when they're coming out except you guys. And by the time it's notified, I go on. I mean, and I'm on there pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean that's how popular the program has become. Something that we're seeing is that the group of collectors that is participating in the Tops Now program, it's growing each year. So,
but there's no preferential treatment. Like nobody can buy enough to get.
No.
That's kind of where I was leaning.
No one can buy more than the other person.
Or like ahead of time. That was more.
Yeah, no one can purchase ahead of time.
Okay.
But Dave's going to be able to answer some questions on the regular apps.
Yeah. In terms of all the different properties in the apps that we have, we are always looking to expand our group of apps. We have a large dedicated group of people that are working on that. But in the app business too, you always got to keep the existing apps fresh and kind of always evolve those too. So we want to be sure we're keeping that content new, interesting, exciting before we go and expand too wide. But we always are looking at the next app or find a new interesting angle or a creative way to create an app for a lot of the properties you mentioned. So I'd look out for new properties. There will be some coming down the pipeline in that business.
So
To go along with that Ginter question earlier, opened a case, no rip cards, multiple boxes missing a hit, one box had no hits. What's being done to improve QA?
Yeah, we do box audits, case audits. We monitor, we track all of our customer service calls to see if there's broad issues regarding missing hits, missing case guarantees, if there are case guarantees, things of that sort. So in large production runs, there's always going to be some small amount of abnormalities. We always take care of those with our consumers. If you call our customer service group, provide packaging, UPC codes, receipts, etc., we're happy to help with missing hits. Missing cards, all that. So we have a very exhaustive process, but I mean, these productions are done over days, multiple shifts. We do QA at every single shift. If it's 3 shifts a day, we pull X amount of pack, box, case audits, and we go through that. We are always looking for ways to improve that process. But some of these products, I mean, Ginter in particular, over 100 components in the product, with 27 different feeders shooting. We're monitoring it, and we have great manufacturers that work on these products for us, but it's never going to be quite perfect, but we strive to get as close as possible. So when you have those issues, contact our customer service, we'll take care of them. If there's a much broader issue, we look to address those aggressively as well.
Right here.
So I actually don't have a question. I just want to say thank you for having Topps Chrome come out for this national work at the same time. We really appreciate it.
Right here, right at the end.
I don't know.
Okay, got it.
So last year, this is the rapper edition, and this year knockout was really popular. So Conor McGregor was, the big thing with the fight coming up. So I had a couple of those, redeemed them, and now I guess he didn't sign. So hit to request a sub, and now I can't sub it out. So is there anything on McGregor as far as signing anything coming soon?
Yeah, usually the reason we don't allow people to request subs is because something's cooking up there, that we have something coming in the next couple of weeks, and also sometimes we feel that there aren't suitable replacements that we feel would delight the consumers. So that's the situation there. We have had, we move forward with Conor. We think something's going to happen. Then things happen in his life that prevent things from happening. He's he's an interesting character. We plan to fulfill those redemptions, and we plan to have him sign those.
I guess that kind of leads to something else, because last year he did have a lot of live cards. So basically most of his cards were like a $300 hit, and now if you request a sub, his career is sunk, and now it's a $100 hit. So is it replaced at $100 or replaced at, you see what I'm saying?
Well, and that's exactly why oftentimes we don't want to replace those, because it goes both ways. It's all over the map. I remember, back when Matt Harvey was really, really good, we were left with hundreds of excess redemptions because people were always subbing them out at $2. Then he went way up, and he's probably back to $2. But it goes both ways.
So is some of the team fans of Stugatz, or did you whine as Land Allen and Ginter?
What was the question?
Stugatz and Allen and Ginter. I didn't know if he really went on a rant about Topps. So I didn't know if some of the team are fans, or they just caught wind of his rant and wanted to shut him up.
I don't think it was that deal was done. He was supposed to be in 17.
Yeah, we actually did that deal before he went on a rant, so he probably went on a rant because he went to the card quickly.
He was supposed to be in 17.
Yeah. But the Allen and Ginter stuff is great, because sometimes we'll reach out to people. Sometimes they'll reach out to us. Sometimes they used to work at Topps.
And they'll beg for a card for years. So I told them to get famous.
But yeah, that's, I mentioned earlier, Jeremy's the brand manager on Allen and Ginter, and we're already working on 2019. So if you have any ideas for autograph subjects, people that you would love to see in the product, please come by the booth and talk to either one of us. We're open to hearing those.
Any questions?
Yeah, I have a question for Jeremy. How are you going to make 2019's Ginter better when it doesn't include me? Mark Summers.
Question. Right here in the middle. Oh, okay, go ahead.
Where's WrestleMania 2019?
Where is WrestleMania 2019?
I believe it's in New York, but I don't work for the WWE. But yeah, I believe it is in New York.
Want to do some prizes?
Prize time?
They're confirmed.
Oh yeah,
prizes.
we're gonna do a couple trivia questions. While you think up some new questions, go ahead, Scott. Pick good one.
And just a reminder, hang on to your white ticket. Because as you can probably guess, as we've done the last couple of years, we do have a gift for you, but you need your white ticket to redeem your gift at the door. So make sure that you go to the door in the back over there where Kevin Moody is, Dylan and Wendy, and they'll make sure you get your...
Go ahead. What's the number, Scott?
It's 518. 518. The last three digits are 518.
518 if you're brave enough.
We got it over here.
Come on up.
Left side.
You know.
Left side, the best side. All right. Pick one. Pick a card, any card. Go to him, Nars. Come on.
Come on. Choose an envelope.
All right. Here it is, sir. What is your name, young man? Les from?
Bertrand, Michigan. Near Saginaw, Michigan.
Near Saginaw. That one I understood. Okay, Saginaw, Michigan. And here's the question. What is the known... I'm showing you the question, the answer. What is the known oddity about the 1957 Hank Aaron card? Is it a reverse negative? Does it have a missing card number? Or is the card missing his home run stat?
It must be A.
It must be A.
Very nice.
A now.
Very nice, Scott.
A now. A. It's a reverse negative on the 1957 Hank Aaron.
Got you a couple packs.
Gotta give away.
Jumbo.
Wow, Jumbo.
Go ahead, Scott. Pull another one. Make this a good one.
Pull
Make it a
another
good one. Make it a good one.
Make it a good one because Nars asked me to.
All right, after this, we're going to more questions.
It's a 511, 511.
Ooh, 511.
511.
Right here.
You got it? No, sit down.
511 at the end?
Nobody? 511? All the way back there, we got it. We got a winner. All right, we're going to him. We're going to him.
Brody.
All right, what is your name? Chris. Chris from where? Think about it. Think about it for an answer. Springfield, Ohio. Land of Lincoln? No. The original Baseball Hall of Fame class that included Ty Cobb, Babe Ruth, Honus Wagner, Christy Mathewson, and Walter Johnson took place in which year? 1936, 1938, or 1939? The first Hall of Fame class. 36, he says, with trepidation. You're correct, sir!
Oh, yeah!
1936. But the hall didn't open until 37, I believe, right? I don't think they had the museum built when they inducted them.
Guys, questions. Now, kid, listen. For those that don't know, I own a card store. So I've been to a ton of nationals. I've owned the store for 25 years. Never have I, and I've been to all the manufacturers' events. Never have I been anywhere where the manufacturer is just so candid to say, you ask any question you want, we're going to ask it answered honestly and be candid. So any questions out there, go right ahead.
Nice and easy. Question having to do with the breakers and the trend and the hobby. I've been a finest guy like that for ages, and noticed that the hits were a lot more sparse this year. Watching a lot of the videos the teams have done, or the breakers have done, it seemed like there were a lot less hits than usual. Parallels not as frequent. It just seemed like people who had 40 cases, they were not getting a lot of production run numbers seem to be higher. And also some of the teams were really missing a lot of hits or players.
I'm glad you brought that up, because that's the first I'm hearing about it. Finest has a hit in each mini box. You shouldn't get less than that. So I'd love to hear about more of it, because if it's an issue, I want to.
And in some of it was a lot of repeat too. There was something was noticed. It seemed like cases were very heavy on a lot of players. And this, I mean, these were videos for multiple breakers that I watched on YouTube. So I'm just kind of curious how it was. Correlation.
Yeah, and that sounds like bad correlation, and we need to fix it. So, but happy to talk more about finest.
Question. Yeah, all the way in the back. Yes. Go ahead. All the way in the back. Go ahead. Speak up. And Will the gentleman all the way back? No, this man here.
Sit up. He's like Phil Donahue.
As a local card show promoter, I buy Topps hobby products and use them as promotion for my shows. And really my question for you is, because I share the concern about bringing the youth out to enjoy the hobby as much as we do, what can we do from the small fish scale to get involved with you guys to better the hobby for the young kids and provide things for them to come out and enjoy it as much as we do?
Great question. It's actually something that we talked about a bit with our customers at the Topps conference back in February. You know, some of the ways that we see you know, helping us kind of grow the hobby and the interest of the kids, you know, starts to some degree with you know, some of the little leagues and the local teams and the affiliations there. You know, and one of the things that we had offered at that point and shared with the distributors and some of the shops in the audience were sample packs. I think the thing that I've seen, and I remember as a kid that got me into it, was just that rip. You know, the first time, second time you rip open those packs and you find something fun or your favorite player, it kind of engaged me or brought me into the hobby. So what we've tried to do and continue to do is just have sample packs available to push out to distributors and out to stores to share with, you know, the local Little League team, to share, to promote kind of the event as just a giveaway. Because I think, you know, at the end of the day, you know, that's the fun of it. It's just ripping open some packs and getting some of your favorite guys. So the best method to I think the follow-up was, how do you let me or us know that you need some of those? Yeah, so I think, you know, the few different routes. One is, you know, I'd work with your distributor and let them know that you've got an event or you're looking to promote, and, you know, they'll work internally to kind of let us know that. Quantities and timing are obviously the key pieces we need. The other is, you know, if there are direct stores or accounts, you know, there's a way to make that request via our systems. Yeah.
If I could add something to that, what a lot of the card stores do with Topps of the Class, for example, we just put together a little grab bag. There's so much stuff laying around, as I would imagine you do too, and you could do Topps of the Class. You could tell them to come to your show and give them a grab bag, for example. There you go. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, I would say work with your local distributor, but text me when I'm at this look, and I'll give you some ideas on that exact subject.
To touch on one question over there, and to go along with his question on quality assurance, why do you guys require a receipt? Most people are buying products at shows, you don't get a receipt handed to you. You're paying cash, and every time I have a box that has bad product in it, there's really nothing I can do without the receipt.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, a lot of that, we're trying to find out and determine where the product came from and that you were the original purchaser of the product. So it's hard for us. I mean, walk around the show and you can, you know, rummage through a garbage can and call us up, and you have no receipt. You have boxes, UPCs, packs, wrappers. We're doing wrapper redemption all day. I mean, we have to have some safeguards in place because unfortunately, I mean, we have a lot of great consumers out there that are honest, but there's always people trying to manipulate the system. And I know at these shows and across the board, there's a lot of cash transactions, but we try to, you know, determine if there's broader issues, where things came from, having a receipt, knowing trying to track the package, the case, etc. It's important to us to make sure that there's not broader issues and to thwart any attempts to circumvent our systems.
Right here in the middle.
So when you guys talked about the expiration dates for the redemptions and how you have to keep so much inventory, what happens after that inventory is expired and you're not handing them out? I know you use some as replacements, but for those that don't get used as replacements, what happens to them?
Yeah, so you guys might have seen for a small stretch we were including bonus cards with redemptions. So a lot of the redemptions that are lesser value, things of that sort, that we can't really use for replacements, we include as extra hits. That's what we try to do with a lot of the product. We went away from the extra hits for a little while because we were trying to get caught up on getting the redemptions out the door, and it takes time to add the extra hits. But that's something that we do. We try to repurpose them as best we can. We do giveaways, we do other donations. And depending on what it is and who the players are, honestly, some product is just destroyed. You know, when you look at Bowman redemptions of guys that aren't in the league or things of that sort. So various options for how we try to repurpose it.
Question? Go ahead.
What was the deal with those 2013 Blue Wave and Black Wave Chris Bryant autographs that came out?
So it's a similar issue to what we described with the Ginter cards. Those we investigated where they went, and we were told that they went into product. Interesting, I don't know. I haven't followed that one in a little while. I don't know if any of them have actually surfaced to date. We have some that were left over, just a handful, similar to the wood cards. But it was a similar issue. We were told and assured that they went into product, but I don't know if there's others in the room that might know if one ever did surface, but I kind of stopped tracking that one and not sure if I saw one or not.
Yeah, last year at the winter or holiday box thing that y'all do with Walmart, there was one really rare card in the regular run, Cole Hamels. What happened with that?
We had a misprint, and we decided to leave the card in the product because it was too late to pull it out. So that's what happened.
All right, while you guys are thinking of a couple of questions, we're going to do a little bit of price challenge for those that can remember. You got to guess within 10% what the card books when you keep it. Brody, come here. Pick a winner. No messing around, okay? Okay, oh yeah. 520-487. 487. 487, come on up. And right behind them is going to be number 414. 414, we're going to do a little price challenge. The way price challenge works is you get to choose an envelope. Guess within 10% the high Beckett value, and you keep it.
All right, we got it.
Oh, you're a pull? Oh, okay, you were first one selected, okay?
Second.
Oh, well, good, you're first. There you go. Choose an envelope. You're gonna, okay, here you go. Now I'm going to show you the card. You got to guess within 10% what it books for, high Beckett value. If you are within 10%, you keep it. All right. You can look, you can get some help. You have a choice. You can either get some help from the audience or you can get some help from the tops. That's entirely up to you. But it is a 1957 Rocco Colavito. Now you got to be within 10% the high Beckett.
Yes, it's in that old.
This guy,
Let's go with the audience.
You're gonna go with the, well, I don't know. You may want to think that through.
Oh, you guys don't know?
He's undefeated. That's up to you, though. That's up to you.
Brody, you know, right?
You could go.
You have to wear an HQ sticker for the rest of the night.
Oh, I'll wear an HQ sticker for the rest of the week. 124.
124.
124.
Guess it's 124. You got to be within 10. What do you think? 124 for Rocco Colavito? 125. Wow. Money. All right, you're up. Wow. Keeps the streak alive. All right, you know the routine. This is price challenge. Go ahead. Ooh. Go ahead.
He's not going to need help. Yeah. He's not going to need help.
Okay, you may not need help. That's entirely possible. And here we go. And it's a 1955 Bowman Al Kaline. Now you can go. You got a lot of experienced collectors out here. Some of them doing over 50 years. And you got some tops guys that are no slouches themselves.
Or if he can do it himself, we'll double him up on a prize.
Whoa.
So it's your choice, though.
How about we let him go on his own, then seek help?
Okay.
You get it on your own, you're doubled up. You got to be within 20%. I'm doubling it. Like it or not, he's wearing an Ohio State shirt.
All right.
Tough times right now. I want to double it up. 20%.
Brody, get you the pass.
200?
Guess is $200 if he's within 20%.
Double it up.
We will. Boom!
Okay.
Now, hold up. You still got a shot. You can go to the audience for help. can go to the top team for help. You got to be within 10% now. Now you got to be within 10%. You want to go to the audience, or you want to go with the top team for help?
The top team.
I'm going to go with the top team.
What is 75 times 2?
150.
Is that your answer?
Yeah.
Gonna go with 150 and on the nose, 150, a 55 Bowman L K-line. This guy's been collecting his whole life. I'm gonna do a bonus one because I'm determined to stump this guy. 435. 435 if you're not afraid. 435. 435. 387. 387? Whoa! Okay. Now, you know the rules, right? Okay, I'm going to give you 40% leeway on your... Dan, can we do the double up?
It's up to Brody.
Brody, can we do the double up? Are you cool with the double up? Okay, you got to be within 40%. But then, you got to go within 10. Choose an envelope. Okay.
Boom.
It's a 1955 Topps Eddie Matthews. Now, if you overhear any of these guys in the crowd talking, I can't control that. So if any of these guys are yelling on answers, I can't really stop them. They don't listen to me anyway. But you got to be within 45. It's a 1955 Topps Eddie Matthews. Anybody want to guide him? What's your name? What's your name? Ben. Anybody want to guide Ben a little bit? Because you got to be within 40%. Or you can just guess it on your own. Believe me, I look around this crowd, and I'm not so sure I want either. Okay, listen, this is a hard one. I'm going to still do the double up bonus, but I'm knocking you down to 5% because Clay's gotten very cocky with this price challenge stuff. He has. Don't look at the back. 5%, huh?
200?
200 for 55 out. You going 200?
Sure.
Okay, that's okay. $200 on the nose. You have been waiting for my card. Doubled up already. Okay, but hey, Q&A. This is my mic. Or...
Here you go.
Any questions? Hey, we're taking. Go ahead. I'm bringing you the mic.
Okay. What happened with the Joe Adele color and the refractor autos? Like, they much limited than the other guys in the 17 draft.
Yeah, the question was about Joe Adele in 17 draft, where the color is. We had issues with some of his cards and his signing windows, and he didn't get through certain things. And when players return cards as well, sometimes we have damages. They can be individual cards, they can be sleeves of cards. His situation was a combination of multiple of those factors. So we took what was good and what would grade well and what consumers would be happy with.
That's it. They're not going to reappear or like anything like that, right? They're gone. They're gone.
Those are not reappearing.
Okay.
There's other things that might reappear. Just be ready for those.
Questions? Questions? Was there any and all questions? Wow. Yes.
I'm not sure if this is too hot of a potato given what you all do, but one of the major grading companies has acknowledged a difficulty in being able to turn around cards in a relatively reasonable amount of time, where cards are getting turned in and taking as much as a year to get graded. I don't know if this is news. Do you all hear this? Does it impact anything you do? Do you see any problems or with that in the future in terms of grading and people wanting to buy the product in terms of doing what you do when you grade cards?
Yeah, I was going to say, I was not aware that the grading was taking that long. I mean, there's several great grading companies in the business, and there's a lot of collectors that gain a level of comfort by buying a card graded, kind of, that might be new to the hobby, don't want to get burned, are unsure how to read the condition, and lean on the professional grading companies. I wasn't aware that it was taking upwards of a year, and given the way values change and shift and all that, that's not great. I mean, I'm sure they probably have reasons they could explain why that is. I know it's becoming more and more popular, and the business is growing, and it's thriving, which is fantastic. So I'm sure the number of submissions is going up. So I hadn't heard that, but hopefully they're increasing capacity. We're doing the same stuff on our side, trying to figure out ways. It's a nice problem to have when you're having good growth and a lot of new fans coming in and new collectors. So hadn't heard that, but I hope I'm sure they're trying to dig out of that hole that they have and expand ways to get cards back to collectors more quickly.
Yeah, Topps Fire and Gallery, are those coming back, or are there any new retail products coming out?
Those are coming back. Yep. So go out and rip it.
Questions? Any questions? Right here, middle. Now's the time, you guys. One of the most important executives of Topps are here right now, and they'll answer anything.
Where do you get your ideas and research as far as when it goes into new product, new brands, things like that?
We do multiple things. We take ideas from the outside. We take ideas from collectors like you. If anyone in here has an idea for a product or an insert or a subject for Allen and Ginter, I'm at the booth most of the day. You can come up and we can chit chat. I love that kind of stuff. That's why I love the National, because I can really get one-on-one time with everyone in here. But we have brainstorms. We do a lot of product development and idea sessions. So it's nonstop. One reason why I've been at Topps so long, because it really promotes an entrepreneurial spirit. For example, Topps Now and the Living Set, that wasn't something that was in the cooker for 5 years. Someone came into the office one day and goes, hey, I got this idea. And we launched it a week later. And you know, our general manager, Dave, allows us to operate that way, and he creates an environment where ideas are welcome. And that's why we've been able to innovate and be so ahead of the curve on a lot of these things. And I feel like we're way out in front of our competitors, and we're really keeping trading cards topical and important and innovating, which is what I hit on a bunch of times earlier.
Okay, so here's what we got left. We're going to do, I think, one question, because I think we've got all the questions. We're going to do a couple more trivia questions, and then we're going to do, now remember, you have your white tickets, they're white tickets. That's the ticket you need when you leave to get the autograph card, and they'll be taking autograph cards on the way out. But we're also going to do a price challenge at the end of this. But I believe we've gotten to every question today, so I think that's pretty awesome.
I believe the most recent Topps Now set had Austin Meadows in it, and then he got traded. And I believe the artist who does the Topps Now, is he going to be here tomorrow?
Yeah.
So is there plans to, because I know with the Topps Now, the only way they'll make another card is that the player changes teams, right? So is there something in the works to make a new Austin Meadows card, even though this one was issued in a Pirates uniform?
Yeah, I mean, we're not working on the Tampa version of Austin Meadows anytime soon. But yeah, the painting was done. The card was printed the day that he was traded, so that's why we made the early announcement. Mayumi Seto, who is the artist for the Living Set, who's amazing, was actually, just a quick story. We were in a card shop in Japan, and we saw this artwork on a baseball, and we were like, oh my goodness, that is amazing. Like, that was all done in ballpoint, and you can't erase anything, so they did everything. Everything was just so well done, and we thought the artwork was incredible. And the artist happened to be the wife of one of the card shop owners. We started working with her. She did some artwork in Gallery. She did some artwork in Transcendent. Then we gave her this offer to be the artist for the Living Set. She will be here tomorrow at 4 p.m. signing autographs. 3 p.m. Signing autographs at the booth. If you purchase a Topps Living Set at our booth, you will be able to get a signed Francisco Lindor print of one of her pieces of artwork, and it's limited to 100. But the Living Sets, it's a great set. We're very passionate about it, and we hope it goes on for years and years and years to come, which is why it was built.
All right, hey. Most important, every single question got answered. I applaud the Topps company for being so candid. Thank you for the thorough answers. We got some more prizes. So what we're going to do, I'm going to get